welcome back to the channel. It has been quite the time. It's been a minute since we've put up a video. It hasn't been because we weren't busy. We were very busy at home. As you guys very well know, season 4 is a lot of small little trips and going back home because of my daughter's situation still being at home and all. And today is no different. Today is a little bit different. So today we are going to head out on a small little trip, a week-long trip, but I'll fill you guys in a little bit more on that. And also we got some great news for the video, great news for the channel. Something going to be happening here in the very near future. It is something that I alluded to back in, I want to say the part 1 of season 3. Yeah, part 1 of season 3. We alluded to it. Myrna and I were out. You know, we were out camping prior to going up to Indiana to get the RV repaired. I mean, if you want a little information on that, just pull up that video, the part 1 of season 3, and that'll give you an idea of what I'm alluding to. But big news coming your way. When I get to where we're heading today, which is in Georgia, I will fill you guys in a little bit more on that. But we're on the road. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We made it to where we were heading today. I did mention you guys that we were heading out to Georgia. Well, we made it, and we made it to a campground called, well, first of all, let me get this out of the way. First of all, thank you again for coming back to our channel, for tuning in. If you are new to our channel, we are a husband and wife team traveling with 2 dogs. Both of us are retired, and we share our travels with you guys, basically in a vlog type of format. So if you're interested in this kind of content, please go ahead and hit that little subscribe button or the bell, the notification bell, so that every time we post a video, you guys get notified. But straight to the chase. Thank you again for those of you guys that have been always following along. I appreciate you guys. Now, we have been a little remiss in posting our videos because we've been home. There's really no content. I share with you guys every time that I put together some sort of a do-it-yourself or repair video. But other than that, I hold off all my videos so that we can capture some of our travels. We haven't been doing any of that because of the situation that my daughter is home, and you guys are well aware of that. We're waiting for her to get into veterinary school. Now, having said that, let's get to today's video and where we are at. So, in order to tell you guys where we're at, let me backtrack a little bit. Back in January, we attended the Tampa RV Resort, or the Tampa RV show in, obviously, Tampa, Florida. And one of the things that we ran across when you walk through the display areas was an offer made by a company called Travel Resorts of America. Now, Travel Resorts of America, like many other businesses that are out there, Sun Outdoors being one of the bigger ones, they go around the nation and they pick up and they buy certain RV campgrounds, and then, they market them. They market them to people like us. Well, at the Tampa RV show, we had an opportunity to run across a marketing thing where they were spin the wheel and you win this, you win that. Well, I've never won anything in my life. I've had to work for everything. But Myrna took a shot at spinning the wheel, and she basically won an offer where they give you free camping at a campground as long as you sit through their presentation. So, it's 60 minutes. It's a 60-minute presentation, but it's free camping. So, free 99 is always a good thing. So after Myrna spun the wheel and she won a 3-night free stay at a Florida resort called Lake Panacea campground, we decided to go and check it out. I did do a video on that resort. Use the term resort a little loosely. It is definitely a work in progress. The area that they own, the acreage, has a lot of potential. But that particular campground, Lake Panacea, if I was in the marketing business, I would say that they chose they chose the wrong place. Although we, we're open-minded. We kept our minds open to the situation. That campground has a lot of work needed, and hopefully a company like Travel Resorts of America will step in and make that place really nice. But make a long story short, that campground did not check off a lot of boxes. It's got a lot of work, but because we attended the presentation at that particular resort, part of the promotion was that we get 21 days of free camping at 11 at any one of their I want to say 9 or 11 other campgrounds. And there's one in Florida, there's one in Georgia, there's one in North Carolina, 2 in Pennsylvania, 2 in Ohio, blah blah blah. So we decided to go ahead and use this week 7 of those free days, and we chose this campground, which is in Georgia. We came out here to a place called Greensboro, Georgia, which is about 45 minutes northeast of Atlanta, to a place called North Shore Landing Campground. Now, North Shore Landing Campground is, again, one of those campgrounds that this company, Travel Resorts of America, and I hope I keep saying that right. I may have the words mixed. If I got it right, you won't see anything else. If I got it wrong, I'll put it here down in the bottom so that to clarify that. So this is one of those campgrounds that they have purchased, and we don't know what came first. Right now, it is a KOA, Lake Oconee, Greensboro KOA holiday. It's also called North Shore Landing, which is part of the Travel America. So I'm not really sure what it is. When you come in, you still get the KOA information. It is on Lake Oconee, as you can see behind me. It is a beautiful property. If with a little bit of vision, this can really, really turn out to be a very nice place to stay. Now, having said that, it is definitely a work in progress, although they are way ahead of the curve here. In comparison to Lake Panacea, the one in Florida, these folks here are way ahead of the curve. They already have a lot of the infrastructure put in. They still have a lot of permanent residents. The way it was described to us when we did our tour in Lake Panacea is that within a year's time, all the permanent residents are going to be they're going to be asked to leave, or they're going to be made to leave. Right now, I would say that half of the campground, if not more, is full-time residents. The kind of trailers that have porches built onto them and stuff like that. It's not your typical campground. I'd say about half the spaces are like that. However, they do act as a campground. Obviously, they have right now about 120 campsites for your regular, 1 week, 4 days, weekend type of camper. They do have those available. They're nice. They're full hookup sites. They're not as level as I would like it to be, but it's not bad. I can't really discuss the price because it's up in the $50 a night range. But remember, we're here for free, so discussing the price would really be a little bit unfair. But it is a nice campground. It's on a beautiful lake. You could bring a boat with you or a golf cart, although there is an additional fee if you have one or the other, or both. They do charge you, I believe, $7 a day to dock your boat and or have a golf cart to travel around the campground. All right, so as far as the campground is concerned, it has your regular amenities that you find at just about every other campground. They have your sporting stuff for the kids, your volleyball, horseshoe. They have a picnic area. They have a really nice sitting type area around a campfire, which is right behind our campsite. It's actually very nice. I haven't seen too many people use it, but then again, right now it's almost at a quarter capacity. There ain't that many campers here, which makes it kind of nice. It's very, very quiet. They do a very nice job at keeping the facilities clean. So, no complaint there. It is really nice. It has two pools. It has one off here to my right, and then it has a more secluded pool down towards the very end of the campground, which is very quiet. I think we pass by there every night. I think we've seen 3 people utilize that pool area. Very nice, very clean. Everything's very nice. That pool area happens to be right adjacent to a beach area, and it also has a small dock, and it also has a fish cleaning station right next to the beach area, which makes it very convenient. If you're into fishing, boating, this is not a bad little place to come hang out. Aside from the pools, it also has an activity center where they hold multiple functions, and on the weekend they have a church that meets up here, a congregation that meets up here at this activity center, which is kind of nice. It has what else does it have? It has rental cabins here, which are kind of like cabooses, train cabooses, which are, I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm even saying that right, but you get the idea. They have those available here as well. And in closing, to wrap it up, as far as amenities, they also have a laundry, which is also a converted caboose. Very, very cool, very interesting looking facility. They have a canine, like a dog area, although the park is very, very nice to walk. It's very shady, but they do have a designated a dog run area, which is kind of cool. And they have a little store up at the registration, and they also have propane to purchase on site. So it's not a bad campground. Again, it is called North Shore Landing if you're in the Travel America area looking, or you can also find it by Lake Oconee, Greensboro, KOA Holiday. It is in Greensboro, Georgia, 45 minutes just northeast of Atlanta. Got nothing bad to say about it. Very nice, very quiet. Although right now it's very, very hot. But I found myself a nice little shady area to come make this video for you guys. All right, so that's enough of this. No more about the campground. Let's get to what probably some of you actually came to this video to see. I did mention to you guys that we had some exciting news moving forward for the channel, for us, for me and Myrna in particular, for our whole family. I did mention I had some interesting news, and I'm going to share that with you guys right now because we're excited. We're excited towards this next step in our lives. It's not necessarily camping related, but for those of you that are friends of ours that follow the channel, you guys know that this news has been coming. It's been long coming, and I'm going to share it with you guys. So I'm going to take you guys back to season 3, part 1. If you guys remember, during season 3 of part 1, Myrna and I set off with our final destination being Goshen, Indiana. We were heading out to Goshen, Indiana to have some repairs done on the camper, which we did. That's a great video, by the way. Again, a shout out to Affinity RV Group, which is who did the repairs on our camper. Great company to work with. If you guys need or look of repairs and don't mind driving, which I don't because it's well worth the drive, that is definitely a company you guys should look into. But season 3 part 1, during that traveling in that part of that season, we shared with you guys some information. So we did some camping in North Florida. We did some camping in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We did some camping in the Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge area. We did some camping in Knoxville, Tennessee. And finally, we did some camping in Nashville, Tennessee. Throughout that month that we spent camping in those areas, we shared with you guys that our goal of that season, or that part of season 3, was we were searching. We were searching for our next place to call home. Myrna and I was born and raised in Miami, as most of you guys know already by now. And Myrna's been living there since she was 3 years old. I made my career there, put my kids through school while living there, but that's it. That's it. After 35 years of working down in that area, we were looking to move elsewhere to, for the second part of our lives, our retired part of our life. So in searching through North Florida and the Tennessee area, which were it was definitely the two states that we were looking at. That's where we wanted to stay. The one thing we were looking for was a little bit space. We've been living our entire lives with our neighbors right next to us, in the Miami vibe, in the Miami type of life, where your neighbor is literally 14 feet to your right or your left. We were blessed. We lived on a corner lot, so we only had to technically deal with it on our right-hand side. But we wanted to get we wanted to get a little bit into the type of living where you could spread your wings a little bit. So we were looking for a piece of land, a parcel that we could build a house on. Now, we weren't dead set on a specific size of land. Whatever came across, as long as it met a few criteria, as long as it was in a rural setting, country, but nearby to city, to a busy city, because we're raised in the city, so we wanted to be able to jump in our car and get that out of our system if we wanted to. But when we woke up every morning, we wanted to be out in the country. So the size of the lot wasn't necessarily a major factor. It didn't play a major factor. So long as so long as we got the most bang for our buck is basically what we were looking for. 5 acres, 10 acres, 15, whatever was available was what we were interested in. And that's what we kept looking for. So it has been now actually it's been more than a year. Or a little bit over a year since we've been looking. I was really dead set on the Tennessee area. That was my dream. I wanted to be up in the Tennessee area. Although in searching, we did realize that Tennessee, there was a lot of people moving into Tennessee. There was a lot of people coming from California, Oregon, and they were moving out of those states. I'm not sure why. They were fleeing those areas, and a lot of them were moving to Texas, and a lot of them were moving to Tennessee. So what happens? Tennessee prices skyrocketed. They quickly ended up being a little bit out of our wheelhouse, to say, to put it in a different way. It's not that it was totally out of the realm of possibility, but the money that we had to spend on a piece of property, you got less land in Tennessee because all the prices started to go up. So, as is everything in life, there was a little compromising to be had. Now, Myrna never wanted to leave Florida. Myrna she was willing to she was willing to compromise and move to Tennessee because we did love a certain area in Tennessee, which is right in the middle between Knoxville, Nashville, and Gatlinburg, which is the Cookeville area. We were willing to move there, and Myrna was willing to compromise, but down deep in her heart, she never really wanted to leave Florida. But, whatever. It is what it is. So, the news. I'm here to tell you that we finally found an area. We finally found a place. I was willing to compromise, although one of the things that I did lay down the law, put my foot down, was I didn't want to be anywhere south of Ocala, Florida. So we ended up finding, thanks to some friends of ours that you guys have met here on my channel, Jamie and Mark. Shout out to you guys. Thank you very much. We ended up finding a lot. We found a 5-acre parcel with paved streets in northern Florida. I'm not going to share where in northern Florida just yet. That's to come. But that is the news that we have for you guys. Depending on where my daughter ends up moving forward here, we're waiting for her to get into veterinary school. Depending on when my daughter gets into into school or not is going to depend on when we start the building process in our new place, which is in northern Florida. Very north. I'll give you guys a hint. Very, very north. Okay? Very, very north Florida. And we'll share with you guys as we move forward. I am really looking forward to making that move. And I think it would make for great content when I start building out our lot. I think it would be a great series because I plan to do most of the building myself, or at least, I shouldn't say building it myself, but I will say that I am going to be very, very involved in the building process. It is a very nice lot. There was no hesitation. When it came available, we saw it, fell in love with it, and we dropped the hammer on it. So that's the information that we have for you guys. That is in the very near future, God willing, knock on wood. And we're going to share that with you guys. I think that it would make for a great content, a series specifically on the building out of our lot. So that's it. That's it. There's more to come on that. Stay tuned to the channel. I'm not going to promise that there's going to be another video here within the next week or two. It'll probably be longer. I do have a project coming up on the campground, which is one that I've been putting off because I've been doing a lot of research from different people that have done this project. That's the next video on our channel that's coming up. It's a project. I'm going to be heading back home here real soon. And when I get back home, I'll work on that. But until next video, guys, if you're out on the road traveling, safe travels to y'all. Stay in from the heat. A lot of heat. Really looking forward to winter for a little cooler weather. But until next time, be safe, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.